While shopping with her best friend, a woman discovered something absolutely terrifying. As her friend was trying on clothes, she suddenly transformed into a demonic figure right before her eyes. This horrifying sight sent her into a complete panic, and she fled the scene without looking back. Even after making it home safely, she remained deeply shaken by what she had witnessed. Mary recounted the entire incident to her husband, but John simply refused to believe her story. He dismissed it as nothing more than anxiety from adjusting to their new environment. However, Mary insisted that ever since they had moved here, she felt as though some invisible force was surrounding her, gradually deteriorating her mental state. She begged John to take her away from this place, but he couldn't bring himself to abandon his prestigious position and return to their small hometown. After all, he was currently handling a major case that could catapult his career to new heights. To help ease his wife's troubled mind, John decided to bring his mother from the countryside to stay with them. In the lobby, they happened to run into Milton, the law firm's boss, who was heading home. The moment his mother laid eyes on Milton, she seemed to lose her composure entirely. After exchanging brief pleasantries, she hurried back to her room. By the next morning, she had completely changed her tune. She claimed there was an evil presence in the building and, despite John's protests, packed her bags and returned to the countryside immediately. Despite the turmoil at home, John made significant progress on the Cullen murder case. It appeared that on the night of the incident, the wealthy defendant had engaged in an inappropriate relationship with his female assistant. Under John's persuasion, the assistant agreed to testify in court to help clear Cullen's name. To ensure everything went smoothly, John posed as a judge and questioned the assistant about the details of that night. However, during their conversation, John realized he had been deceived. It became clear that the assistant had already been bought off by Cullen to provide false testimony. Just like the previous case involving a teacher's assault on a female student, John found himself caught in another moral dilemma. This time, however, he was protecting a man who had murdered his own wife and child. When John sought guidance from Milton, the senior partner managed to manipulate John's vanity with just a few carefully chosen words.
Gotta go with your gut.
That's your advice?
I'll back you either way. Maybe it's your time to lose.
This conversation completely ignited John's pride. He couldn't bear the thought of his 65 case-winning streak coming to an end. If he abandoned this defense, all his efforts in New York would be destroyed overnight. After an intense internal struggle, John ultimately decided to defend the wealthy murderer. In court, he and the assistant worked together seamlessly, successfully getting Cullen acquitted of all charges. No sooner had the trial ended than John received a frantic call from Mary. She was found naked, wrapped only in a bedsheet, crying in a church. Mary told her husband that Milton had come to their home that afternoon and assaulted her. John's reaction was immediate fury, as Milton had been with him at the courthouse the entire afternoon. To prove she wasn't lying, Mary dropped the bedsheet, revealing her body covered in wounds and bruises. John became convinced that Mary had lost her mind and was now harming herself. Feeling he had no other choice, he reluctantly had her committed to a psychiatric hospital for treatment. Mary warned John that they had taken blood money and helped a guilty man escape justice. This was their punishment, she insisted, and they would both end up in hell. Her heartfelt words left John feeling deeply unsettled. After his major victory for the firm, Milton promoted John to partner,